Hello, everyone. I'm just waiting for everyone to sort of come in. So welcome. We'll just wait like not long and we'll get started. Yeah, we're getting there. People are popping on. So welcome, everyone. We'll start really soon and then we'll get into it. As you may notice, I'm a little bit croaky today. How ironic's that, doing a winter wellness workshop, and I've got a little bit of a croak. So it's funny how the universe works. Maybe just checking that I really know my content, I think, but we'll go from there. All right. We ready to start? Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this winter wellness workshop. I'm really excited that you've joined me today, and I'm hoping that tonight's intro gives you a taste of how you can use essential oils to help you to really get the benefits of winter and enjoy what the season brings. And also, we'll talk about some essential oil actions, therapeutic actions that you might be looking for when you're choosing essential oils. So we'll go through and have a look at that. And then I've got a little range of essential oils. They're new to Perfect Potion that I can't help but to share. So I'm really excited to bring it to you tonight. My name's Sharon Wood, and I'm an aromatherapist here, and I create some of the content here, the education content, and we'll talk about more of the courses later. And this one tonight is a bit of an intro to the larger workshop that is available online as well. Now, as I mentioned, it's really funny how the universe works. And last week I sort of started to come down with a bit of a head cold and cough and feeling a little bit throaty and a little bit, a bit off. And I didn't know whether it was the universe just testing that I knew my content and making sure that any remedy or any essential oil that I talk about tonight has been tested on humans. And it has, because I can tell you my essential oils have been out and used readily over the last week. So forgive me if I do happen to cough or anything as well. So we'll go from there. But winter's a wonderful season. You know, there's so much about winter that's important, and it's tonight's workshop's about the positive and how you can bring in the best of winter, as well as looking at essential oils to help you and your family. So we're going to talk about that. But winter is important because, you know, we love what spring and summer bring. We love the flowers, we love the fruits, we love all of that, you know, colour and vibrance that those seasons bring. But for plants to be able to year in, year out, season out, produce this for us, they need a time to rest. And the winter months do this for plants. The shorter days, the cooler days allow the plants to rest and recoup, and they can replenish and restore and allow them to be able to produce the next season of fruit and flowers for us. And winter does this for us. So there's a lot of research that shows that we actually sleep better in winter. The cooler temperatures allow our bodies to get into that relaxed state to sleep better. And some research shows even by 2 hours, we can be in a better sleep than in the summer season. And it also is about, thinking and more sharply and being more bright and aware. Well, the winter months allow us to do that too. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about creating a couple of rituals that you can create that can help you in your daily ritual that to keep above and on top of what's going on for you. And as I say, use the best of this winter time. So let's get started. Why aromatherapy? Well, that's it's crazy asking an aromatherapist why I love using aromatherapy oils. But I wanted to say the reason why I love using oils for these sorts of winter conditions is that they're so easy to use. We've got a diffuser, in the background here with some oils, and they can be in every room. You can have them in bedrooms, you can have them in living rooms, at workplaces. And I do digress a bit, everyone, so just forgive me. But, they're also fantastic for children's rooms. So I have essential oil diffusers in my children's rooms, and they use them at night. And what they do is we put the diffuser on. We only use about 3 drops of oil in their room. You're thinking about the size of the room, and you want it to be well ventilated. You don't want it a really closed space and an intense smell. You're wanting to just use a few drops, and we'll talk more about this. But as I said, I suppose I want you to know that it is perfectly safe to use some essential oils, in particular a lot that we're talking about tonight, in rooms with little ones for colds or flus or things like that, other illnesses. So we can go into that as well. But what I also like about it is that you can use it in massage oils, you can use it in balms, and it's just an easy way of using the oils, and an easy way of feeling better quickly. And I think that's why there's such an increase in the popularity of aromatherapy, is because of its ability to be used so easily. So that's another reason. First of all, I want to talk about rituals. So we have routines, and then there's rituals. So a routine is something that you may do every morning. You may get up, wake up, pop your gym gear on, pop your shoes on, go for a brisk walk, come back, have a shower, do breakfast, clean your teeth, and go to work. You might even slip in via your local coffee shop, get your coffee and off to work. And that's like a routine. And there's discipline involved in that. And there's still an element of thought and discipline that you do. But generally, it's something very automatic, isn't it? It's something that you do. A ritual is, the difference between a ritual and a routine is usually the intent behind it. So a ritual has more of a mindfulness about it. There's an intent or an action or a result that you're wanting to feel. So maybe it's an intention. Rituals are a really powerful way of improving your health and well-being. They can help you relax and calm yourself. They can really enable you to take a step back and allow yourself to really step in the direction of the day that you're wanting to. I definitely have a morning ritual, and it's using my essential oil diffuser. I get up in the morning and I really think about how is it that I want to feel today? What is it that I want for I'm at home with the family, and how do I want them to feel as well? So I will really think about and consider the oils that I choose. And sometimes it may be a blend. So, if we're all feeling a bit cold and fluey, I might go for a blend like Breathe Easy, which I'll talk about later, which is a fabulous oil to help with, the symptoms of colds and flus. Or if I'm really feeling like I want to protect my family, if there's a lot going on out there from, viruses, then I'll use something like Aroma Defense. Or maybe I'm really wanting to just calm the family and relax, and I might choose to make my own blend of oil. I might grab some ylang ylang, some sweet orange and some lavender and put a few drops in. And I think the difference is I'm doing it with intent, and I'm doing it in a way where I'm wanting to create a positive atmosphere for myself and my family. And it's a ritual for me. I do this every morning. I also meditate most mornings, and it's a real conscious thing for me. So creating rituals for yourself is a really powerful way of really stepping, as I said, into that right direction and supporting yourself. Another consideration for a ritual can be sleep. Now, I mentioned that winter is a really great time to, maximize sleep. And, having a sleep ritual can be really super beneficial. Again, it can be as simple as having a diffuser in your room where you're making a conscious decision of using some essential oils. There's a range of blends that you can use at Perfect Potion. There's a new one called Snooze that is divine. Or the Baby Hush blend, the beautiful Baby Hush blend, is still a favourite of mine. And my children are 17 and 15. I think I still live in hope that they sleep all night and relax. And you can use that in your diffuser. You can take a few deep breaths at night. You can really calm and just empty your head. You can, maybe do a ritual of journaling at night, thinking about your day. Doing 3 things that you're grateful for is a wonderful way of appreciating and really connecting every day. And then popping yourself off to bed, turning off your light, removing all interruptions, and drifting off to sleep. So think about ways that you can create your own rituals. So there's, as I said, the sleep. There can be a tea making ritual. You can do the diffuser blend ritual. There's loads of different things, and they're really powerful. But I want to talk now about, well, how do you choose the oils that you want to use for winter wellness? There's so many essential oils and there's so many conditions. It can be really daunting and confusing. But I think there's a way that's really beneficial that I'd love to share with you. And for me, it's most definitely using the Aroma Tree model. Now, I've talked about the Aroma Tree model before. If you've ever attended any of my other workshops, I love using this model, and I find it so beneficial for understanding essential oils and how to choose your oils without having to actually memorize the oils. So when I was studying many moons ago in London, we learnt the oils off by heart. So you would learn the common name, the botanical name, the part of the plant, its therapeutic actions, and the conditions that it's good for. And of course, any safety precautions or contraindications. Excuse me, I'm just having a mouthful of water. And so we would remember. So we would go lavender, Lavandula angustifolia. It's, hypotensive, sedative, relaxing, calming. And then, of course, it's good for sleep, insomnia, anxiety, skin conditions. And you'd remember the oils like that. And that's great. 25 years later, I still remember a lot of my oils and the botanical names and things like that. And it's really important to do that. But I love this concept of the Aroma Tree, and I want to share a little bit about it. So the Aroma Tree is a book that Sal wrote last year, Sal Battaglia, one of the founders of Perfect Potion. This book happens to be one of my favourite books, and I explain why. It's because it uses the concept of the tree in a treatment model, if you like. So if you think about the part of the plant and what that part of the plant does for the plant and how that relates to us as human beings. So let me explain. And as I said, you can use this in all different ways, but tonight I'm focusing just on winter wellness. So let's go for that. So the first part of the plant I want to talk about is leaves. So the leaf, the leaves of the tree, well, what do they do for the tree? Well, leaves breathe for the tree. That's the way that the plant breathes, is through the leaves. And the leaves do that for us as humans. So basically they open up the airways, and they they allow us to take a deep breath in. So the leaves have a more camphoraceous and coniferous sort of scent, like that pine-like scent. And many essential oils for treating respiratory conditions come from leaves, woods, and resins. And there's a school of thought that says that the woods and the resins are more for the chronic conditions, so the more chronic conditions like dry coughs and, that the longer standing illness, whereas the essential oils that come from leaves are more for that acute condition. So in fighting that bacteria. And so you can even, when you understand leaf oils, you go, okay, well then you can even narrow it down even more. And you can look at essential oils from leaves that have a chemical component called monoterpene alcohols or phenols, and they tend to be really antimicrobial. And these are essential oils like tea tree and eucalyptus and spruce, and they are really, really good at, they've got stronger antimicrobial properties. And that's why when we think of colds and flus, we often think of essential oils from leaves. So you think about it, the tea trees, eucalyptus, they're the oils that we go to when we're feeling a bit snuffly and stuffy in our heads. And this is why. So this is why it's not just about memorizing them, it's about thinking about what part of the plant they come from and how that reacts to the plant and how it can react to us. Now, I've just spoken to you about purely a therapeutic way of looking at the oils, but, don't forget that subtle way of looking at essential oils. And for the essential oils that come from leaves, they are, more inspiring, renewing, reviving scents. So when you're feeling sick and cold, with colds and flus and you're feeling miserable, you're looking for an oil that maybe can uplift your spirits a bit and really get you to move on. And I mentioned before that they're also, they're good for that chronic illness when you're feeling, that you want to just really, move on and get over things. And that's that lovely leaf oils. They're fantastic for that. So that is the leaves. And then I want to talk about the roots and the rhizomes. So again, let's think about the part of the plant. So they're from their roots and rhizomes, they're in the earth and they're, cementing you in the ground. Well, they're really good for that, sedating and relaxing. So, think about it in your winter, illnesses and you're feeling miserable. Sometimes you just want to sleep, you're really desperate for it. And these oils can help you to just calm down, just relax, just, slow and deepen for you. And they're fantastic. But don't forget, one of the most fabulous root oils is ginger. And of course, ginger is fabulous for, it's commonly used for colds and flus. I don't know how many of you have, had the whole, tea and grated ginger in it and that warming, and it helps with that sort of breaking up that constant cough, soothing and calming for you. So I love to use ginger in my winter blends. Don't be without it. The next part of the plant I want to talk about is the woods and the resins. So remembering the wood is the trunk of the tree, right? So it's these big trees, cedar wood, sandalwood, and they hold strong. And so from an emotional point of view, they give us confidence often. So again, keep this in mind, because I know tonight we're talking about winter wellness and automatically we think of colds and flus and bronchitis and all of that, which is obviously, yes, it's really real. but we're wanting to treat things from a subtle way as well. Don't you know, it's really important that you, when you're looking and you're using essential oils, that you're looking at them holistically, and you're not just looking from a therapeutic point. You know, essential oils have this amazing, you know, healing ability, and it is the entire oil. It's the energy, you know, of the entire oil. And there's a lot of people that talk about that in Sal's Complete Guide to Aromatherapy. There's some talk of that as well. So it's fabulous, another fabulous resource. But when I'm talking about trunks of trees, but when I think about a trunk of the tree, you know, it's completely the whole tree. And therefore, it's really good for conditions of the whole trunk of the body. So I often use essential oils like sandalwood and cedarwood for coughs, laryngitis, you know, bronchitis, and then I'll use it right down to, they're really, really good for cystitis and urinary tract infections as well. But tonight we're focusing on respiratory conditions. So that's what I would use these essential oils for. So they're really good for bronchitis and that dry cough. So make sure you're using them, you know, considering them when you're using essential oils for that. When you think about resins, you know, there's myrrh and frankincense, and these deeply healing, beautiful essential oils. You know, myrrh has wonderfully strong antibacterial, antifungal properties that you can use, making it really useful for throat infections. You know, a gargle with myrrh is fabulous. You know, make sure you're spitting it out, but a gargle with, you know, a drop of myrrh in some water, gargling it and spitting it out. You know, you can do that for that throat infection. And frankincense is wonderful to help with, you know, conditions where you're wanting to just deepen the breathing and calm down, and that, you know, that chesty feeling. And frankincense is a really good one to consider if you've got anxiety and, you know, stress that's linked with it. And I'll talk about this in a minute. I'm really hoping I don't run out of time. I've just looked at the time and I've got to get much quicker, or I've got to talk for much longer. It's a bad habit of mine. Then I'll go into citrus oils, and I'm going to talk about, of course, we use citrus oils in winter wellness because, you know, they're all lovely, juicy, fresh, bright oils. And when we're feeling miserable, these are the oils that we're looking for. But they're also fantastic with, they have strong antimicrobial properties. So they're great for throat infections, bronchitis, colds and flus. But then, you know, think about that lightness and brightness. And then there's the flowers of the tree that don't normally come to my first choice when it comes to oils for respiratory conditions or things like that. You know, I tend to go for the others that I've mentioned. But these oils are really good for nervous tension and anxiety that may be heightened with this sort of conditions. You know, you may be really bogged down in stress that you're not feeling better, and there might be anxiety around that. So using essential oils from the flowers are really a really wonderful way of helping that. So yet again, this a wonderful concept of Aroma Tree comes into the fold, and how powerful it can be. Moving on from that, because I know I'm time poor, I want to talk about maybe some of the therapeutic actions that you can look at when you're considering essential oils. Now, as I said before, don't use these in its, you know, solely. You know, make sure that you're looking at the subtle and the impact of how you feel. Like if you came to me as a client, I would always ask you, you know, the condition and what's going on for you, but I would also ask how this is making you feel. You know, are you frustrated? Are you angry? Are you cranky? Are you exhausted? You know, and there's a whole range of essential oils that we would really need to consider. And that's why blending is just such a fabulous way of doing it, because you're looking at how to combine those different aspects and how to use the holistic approach. But anyway, so these therapeutic actions, well, one therapeutic action would be antimicrobial properties. And these, basically refer to killing or inhibiting any disease-causing microbes. And so you've got a massive range of essential oils. You've got cajeput, cinnamon, lavender, clove, lemon, manuka, pine, rosemary, tea tree. They're all essential oils you can use for that. Then you're looking at antispasmodic oils, that they're the treatment for asthma and dry coughs and that whooping cough that you can get. And essential oils for that were, aniseed and basil and bay laurel, Virginian cedarwood, cypress, clary sage, eucalyptus. They're all oils that, you want to consider when you're looking for those sorts of actions that you're wanting. Antitussives, so they're when you're preventing coughing. Now, they some work by soothing that irritability, and others work in, like, removing the congestion that you have. And so cypress, aniseed, eucalyptus, peppermint, thyme are oils for that. Expectorants, so you're looking for oils that can actually promote that expulsion of phlegm and really break it up a bit. And so you're looking at oils like aniseed, everlasting, fennel, ginger, sweet Atlas cedarwood, lavender, myrrh, myrtle. So there's a big range there of oils. And finally, immunostimulants. So you're looking for oils that are going to help strengthen your immune response and encourage, your body to heal. And that's looking at oils like cajeput, eucalyptus, lavender, lemon, rosemary, tea tree. There's a whole different range. So as I mentioned, there's this really importance of that. Now, make sure, no matter what you're doing with any blending, that you smell the oils first. That's so essential. It's so important that you like the blend. I remember learning as a young therapist, about aromatherapy and wondering why we didn't use garlic more in an essential oil. And then I smelt garlic, pure essential oil. And it is so intense and it is so strong that it actually would make me feel poorly by using it. It would be, even though, from a therapeutic point of view, it ticks every box, it would make me smell awful, like a clove of garlic, which isn't awful, don't get me wrong, but walking around like one, maybe not. So it's really important that you smell the blends and you enjoy the blends. I want to talk quickly about the difference between Breathe Easy and Aroma Defense. So Breathe Easy oil is an essential oil that we do sell at Perfect Potion. The reason why it's so fabulous is that it combines so many essential oils that have all of those therapeutic actions that I just mentioned before. It has essential oils that are expectorant, antitussive, eucalyptic. They're just a beautiful blend. Sal has really thought about these essential oils and blended them, and it's safe to use on little ones. So we do the balm that you can use, and the balm is a chest balm that you can rub on the chest, on the bottom of the soles of your feet, on the back. It is just truly your go-to oil. And then if you're wanting to make sure that your family feels protected, then you're looking at Aroma Defense. Now, Aroma Defense is the essential oil that's been created for the diffuser, so you don't use it on the skin, and it helps to kill that airborne bacteria and just make sure that the air is feeling wonderful and clear for you. And so it's something that I definitely have been using over the last few days. Now, before I go, there's only a few things, but I do want to talk about a range of essential oils that I never thought I would be sitting here in front of you telling you that these oils are some of my favorite oils, but they're eucalyptus. Eucalyptus. But what it is they're Australian eucalyptus. You'd be really surprised and maybe a little shocked to hear that most of the eucalyptus that's sold in Australia is actually imported from overseas. So China is one of the largest growing importing eucalyptus essential oils. But again, Sal here at Perfect Potion, he wanted to find a range of essential oils, of eucalyptus essential oils, that come from Australia. And I have been blown away by these blends. And I won't talk about all of them because we're running out of time, but I will talk about two. So, well, three. One of them is your blue Mallee, and it's your traditional eucalyptus that you tend to smell when you think eucalyptus. It's gorgeous. It's like the lollies that you smell. It's just got that beautiful freshness, and it's what I have been using by the bucket load over the last few days. But I want to talk about another beautiful blend, a beautiful eucalyptus, and it is the narrow leaf peppermint eucalyptus. Now, many of you ask about children and eucalyptus. This is the eucalyptus that I would strongly recommend. It's soft, it's subtle, it's beautiful. So if you're really wanting it, it's absolutely gorgeous. So it's the narrow leaf peppermint eucalyptus. And it smells absolutely divine. I'm not joking when I'm telling you that eucalyptus is just so fresh, and maybe because I'm feeling poorly that they're so good. The other one is the Northern Mallee eucalyptus. This one has a higher camphor content in it, and it making it really good for more so muscular aches and pains. And I had a client last week, early in the week, who's an athlete, and she comes to me quite regularly, and I used some of that Northern Mallee eucalyptus in a blend with some black pepper and some ginger and marjoram. And it was amazing. She just felt so good. Her muscles felt so great, and it smelled invigorating and just an amazing blend. So do have a look at those oils. They are really special. Now, I have gone through and really tried to share so much information. I can't encourage you enough to head to the education portal. Aromatherapy and Winter Wellness Workshop is all that I've just sort of blurbed out and much more. It really talks about conditions and then essential oils that you can use for each condition. It also goes into more depth about your rituals and gives you some more information. The education portal is something that I'm obviously involved in and very proud of. Make sure that you go and check it out. If you do check it out, when you go to the Perfect Potion website, look at the Learn tab, and then it takes you to another actual website. It takes you to a Thinkific platform. It's Perfect Potion, but it's a different platform. And so and it's all there, and you just have to register and go and check it out. There's plenty of courses there. There's masterclasses and more sort of like this education. Now, you as registrants to the live workshop, you all received a Zoom email. You would have got a 10% discount code for Perfect Potion website that's available for the next week, Deb, for the next week. And you also get a $5 off Winter Wellness from the full version of the course. So make sure you check them out. And if you have any dramas, let us know. I really hope that I have talked at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and I hope that you've been able to absorb everything. I really hope that you get in and really use winter for the benefits that it has. Enjoy every moment of it, and I really hope to see you again. Bye.